serious and anathematic darkness, and one chapbook entitled Chameleon. You may have seen him in many venues across the city. You may have seen him right here. We're here at Stapleton with this open mic. Everyone, please welcome Tom Santula.
Good afternoon and evening, everyone. Thank you for coming today. My name is Tom Santula, and I read and write poetry. Gripes about the world. I have issues with the world. It's rigged and full of scams. I know I'm not the only one, as all of us have been hoodwinked enough around us. Is considered a mirage. It's a different world when your vision of the world becomes Gotham City or the Oswald State Correctional Facility, having to watch your back each and every day, wondering about your safety and sanity. It scares me to know how each entity has a hand into themselves on how they operate. The man on the top floor has his favorites to succeed and feed his savory mouth with his steady eye of greens. Money. Thing is, though, that he's probably a snobby, elitist, vegetarian, or an all-American male who eats, sleeps, and breathes money to give life to his entity, but also to feed his need. It builds more greed for survival and then thrives to make sure he will. How do I keep this all running smoothly? Play with people's minds, bodies, and souls, and lie to death just before I drop an atomic truth bomb on them as a fatality. Street samurai. The loud pitter-patters that I can hear are nothing but teardrops from up above. Outside in the cold, with nothing to fear except for the pitch black we know and love. As angels cry, I take to the streets, navigating the darkness on my own. Then comes a trace of footsteps that I meet. Across from me enters a midnight clone, armed with shurikens and machete. He walks up to me, breathing heavily. I pull my katana, armed and ready. I close the gap, smiling devilishly. We joust with passion and recklessly, so careless of who wins, our excitement grows. A ray of sunshine is a sunburn away. A ray of sunshine is a sunburn away. Put on your suntan lotion this minute. Nice weather means you're in for it today. To take the burns means you're in to win it. Use it to sweat out a cold or the flu. Melt off your hangover and toe the line. Moisturize until there's no more achus. Leave your words of soft cowardice behind. It's nice outside to go work in the farm, climb the mountains, or dig a ditch in the woods. Sitting at a desk can bring you great harm. Dreaming about the out of woods, goods, and shoulds. Soak in the sun and sweat with bravery, where laborers work best, they live greatly. The fear of having fear. Just because I'm grown up doesn't mean that I'm not afraid of anything, because I'm more afraid of who I may become. Old is one thing because it's different from young. Sometimes it goes hand in hand with being jaded, where we may have lived through the worst years, except they may live through us with feelings along with our thoughts and then our actions, which come hand in hand with those feelings, which then creates them. Maybe it's time to find something blissful to do, like grow flowers, dance like a parka, or eat healthier, or forget about money and try to live. Forget about trying. Forget. Fear makes you forget about where you are, who you are, and the fact that you're alive, where your stream of consciousness comes to a streaking halt. The fact that we all come in contact with fear can make us feel worthless, having that feeling control everything inside and outside of us, having a feeling of hopelessness. The fear of having fear in a nutshell. Your decisions are, you know what? I like this one better. United we stand and fall with the 99%. Choked on their own blood, blinded by their tears, melted by their own sweat, their souls break down. This is the type of thing that ends careers. Those who are brave like this deserve a crown. People who live like this get evicted. Others who fight like this beat their tempers. Those who struggle like this are restricted, roaming penniless, flying without feathers. Trapped, immobile, no place to discover. They all look around for a solution we all might walk to, but they can't hover. To look inside for that revolution. Their stark intuition may help them flee, or camaraderie can set them free. Junk food or drugs. People get their high by eating like shit because the hole in their stomach's a void. For every munch, like piece and bit, is the bad food that they need to avoid. Burgers and ho-hos are like crack cocaine. One bite or sniff of them just ain't enough. Picking out's a habit we all sustain through laziness, but breaking it's sure tough. The best we can do is cure our cravings, looking for answers that can heal us all. We buy junk food that decrease our savings, where our own finances can hit a wall. Noshing and eating shit's like getting high. Too much of these things will cause us to die. I had like a Red Bull, sugar-free, and cookies this morning, and then I had like a few pieces of crab meat for lunch. Both about it. Yeah, it's the American diet. When you're in a rush. Oversleep. Jump off the cliff and fly. Jump off that cliff and fly like Superman. Don't worry about falling, spread your wings. Soar in the air in ways no one else can. You might lose your legs like Lieutenant Dan, but show us flight faster than airplanes bring. Jump off that cliff and fly like Superman. Flying gets you farther than those who ran, even when you fall and endure the big stings. Soar in the air in ways no one else can. Take it to the air also helps your brand. Reaching for the sky and pull your own strings. Jump off that cliff and fly like Superman. Taking leaps of faith like you wish you can gives you the freedom to do your thing. Soar in the air in ways no one else can. Battle your plateaus with iron-clenched hands. Take your place among the most fearless kings. Jump off that cliff and fly like Superman. Soar in the air in ways no one else can. Finally, fear is always there, but don't pay too much attention to it. Fear is not just a four-letter word, but a way of life and expression for us to endure through the misfortunes of their lesser world of existence that makes them wonder, should we die or live without fighting? Fear is a world of being, a trend, a feeling that transcends our livelihood, but with a bowl of heat with underneath our spirits to storm the fearless as they are due to their previous struggles and choice to corrupt those, to assassinate the beauty that the world is missing. When beauty and aesthetics of the simple things in life are dead, we might as well be eating a watermelon in the shower, or watching a game and having a buzz, prevent us from being so even stimming in front of the computer screen, rocking back and forth, watching Street Fight compilations 21 while listening to Billy Joel. Without that, what's you gonna do to even relax? You know, that in itself is a good way to break away from the fear that society brings into our soul. That helps. This helps us live by fighting. So that's pretty much it. You know, it's like you can fight, scream, and yell, but like it's just like you got all these, you got bills to pay, you got work to do, you got a lot of like average Joe adversity, and it's like, you know, it's like if you're in a cubicle and the manager's walking around and you're just on YouTube watching Street Fight compilation and listening to Billy Joel while you got this fucking big thing, this big report to do by Friday at 5 p.m. and it's 5:30 Wednesday, you're still freaking doing it and doing all this other shit. That's like ADHD, procrastination, stress reliever 101. So follow me on Facebook at Tom Santula, at Santula Tom on Instagram, BandLab, TC Poet Writer, and at TA Santula on YouTube. Thank you for coming. Appreciate your support. I'm looking to come back next month to support you.
Yes.
Keep it going.